Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 25. As today the Gamecocks stay at home to host the number 16 ranked Florida Gators. Our gauntlet to end the season begins today, where we'll face four of the top teams in all the country. Starting off from the team from the swamp, the 5-3 Gamecocks and the 4-3 Florida Gators. We'll do battle at Williams-Brice Stadium. You're excited for this one? Make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. Gamecocks are fresh off an embarrassing loss last week at home to Mississippi State, while Florida has gone 3-2 in their last 5 games. Both these teams trying to end the season and get to a bowl game, as the Gamecocks will kick to Florida. We'll see DJ Lagway and company start off first with the football. The former 5-star quarterback from Willis, Texas, takes the field as he goes play fake on 1st and 10, and he just dumps it off short, first play of the game, to Aiden Mizell for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9, Lagway trying to set up a screen, but it's read to perfection. Jeff Rubin, nice job tracking Eugene Wilson, the true sophomore corner. And now it's 3rd and 11. Lagway to throw, looks short, dumps it off. This is not going to be close to the marker, and the Gators will start with a 3-and-out. Says true freshman Jamie Mangold, the 3-star from Bradenton, Florida, will punt it deep to Mazio Bennett, who had a punt return in this season. And he's trying to get another one here. Angles it right side, being tracked towards the sideline, cuts it back, and Mazio Bennett will go for a punt return touchdown. 2nd of the season for Bennett. And the Gamecocks lead 7-0. Offense hasn't even taken the field yet, as Florida will go right back on the O. And now they're down by 7, as Travion Webb's first carry will go for 5 yards. Give it to him again on 2nd down, and he's going to get about 4. Tracked down, and a big 3rd and 1 here. And it's actually going to be 3rd and 6. False start on the offensive line. The right guard moves, and it's 3rd and 6. Lagway once across the middle, and he can't connect. Air mails the throw, and now we'll see South Carolina's offense take the field. Dante Reno, 7 interceptions the past 2 weeks. He's going to get the job again, so we'll see how he does today. Starts off at his own 48-yard line, hands off to McReynolds, and Braylon McReynolds will gain 3. 2nd and 7, first throw. It's going to be a tight end screen for Beckett. Perfect call against the blitz, and Beckett's going to have a first down out to the 39 of Florida. 1st and 10, back to the ground on the counter, and McReynolds nowhere to go. Tracked down after a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 now. Here comes another blitz from Florida. Reno looks short for McReynolds. Good counter. And Reynolds has got some space. Weaves through the defense down to the 16. First down. Gamecocks a red zone trip. As Samiko checks in on 1st and 10. Here comes another blitz from Florida. Had a man open but can't connect. Actually had 2 guys open. Throws it between them. So 2nd and 10 now. Hand off McReynolds up the middle. Nice burst of energy. Picks up 8. Now you got a much more manageable 3rd and 2. Reno gives it up to McReynolds, who cuts forward, and he's going to get down to the 3. Good running makes it goal to go now for the Gamecocks. Is now in the pistol. They go for a little bit of an audible. They're going to hand it to the hot man McReynolds, and he's going to get maybe back to the line. 2nd and goal now. They'll try again. Hand off. This time Monty Soro checks in, and he's going to find the end zone. Touchdown Gamecocks. A good drive to start the offense today. And South Carolina, just like that, leads 14-0. Florida no answer right now as they go back on offense, as they'll start off on the ground, and Willis will track this one from behind for a loss of 1. Now you got a 2nd and 11. Lagway back to the air he goes. Wants the one left side, and he's intercepted! Picked off by Judge Collier, intended for Mizell, and the Gamecocks turn over Florida. It's been all South Carolina to begin this one. Great play on the football. He was beat, but good recovery. South Carolina now 2nd and 9 at about midfield. Handoff McReynolds, who gets a great block on the outside. That springs them. Josiah Thompson with a big plus assist. Gets McReynolds down to the 7. Goal to go Gamecocks. This has been very much a good change of pace. As on 1st and goal, Sam Ika will get the carry, and he'll lose 1. Kelby Collins on the tackle. 2nd and goal, Reno sees some things, making some adjustments, but Thompson can't get the snap count. He moves early, and will back the Gamecocks up. 2nd and goal now from the 13 in the pistol formation. Handoff McReynolds. He's been hot so far. He gets about 4. 8 carries, 66 yards to begin the day for him. And he got 3rd and goal from the 9. Reno to throw. Pocket collapsing. Moves to his right. Extends the play. Fires out of bounds. Incomplete. Gamecocks will add 3, and it's 17-0 South Carolina after 1 quarter of play. Didn't see this start coming. We've been slow starting so far this season. But it's been a welcome change. Florida does have the football to begin the second quarter. 2nd and 8 at their own 27-yard line, as they're in danger of going down and not being able to climb out. Good bubble screen there, though, is a connection before Jeff Rubin tackles him. Now next play, it's a screen out wide, and this one will not count. It looks like it's going to be coming back. They're going to get a holding against the Florida offensive line, and specifically Kenia Harris. 2nd and 15 after a gain of 5. Lagway off the play fake. Wants a shot downfield. Wisely throws it short, and he's got his man Broadingham for a much more manageable 3rd and 2. And they'll connect. So a good job by Florida to bounce back after the holding call. They keep the drive alive now out to the 35. Pistol they go. Handoff Webb. And there's a nice block on Robinson, who gets absolutely bodied out the way. That springs Webb for a first down. 6 carries, 27 yards for the junior halfback. Next play, though, is going to be a false start. They're going to get Fletcher Westfall on the false start, the redshirt sophomore. It's now 1st and 15. Webb handoff. Gets a great crease right side. Beautiful blocking on the outside by Florida. Gain of 13 makes it 2nd and 2. We'll go back to Webb, and he'll have the first down before being tracked down by Willis. It's been all the ground game so far, it seems like this drive. It's now 1st and 10 in the pistol. Langway to throw. Checks it short. He has his man. It's going to take a big hit. But it's a gain of 8. Now 2nd and 2. Good drive here for Florida to begin the second quarter, as Webb's going to get not a touchdown, but he's going to get a first down. So now you got goal to go from the 1 if you're Florida. 3 chances to punch it in. They're going to try to do it with Webb on the first one, and they will. Touchdown Gators. Trayon Webb with his 6th touchdown of the season. Florida now on the board, 17-7. Back to the Gamecock offense. McReynolds trekked down almost immediately. That was Derek Moffitt, if you remember. He was a 5-star recruit I tried to go after a couple years ago before he committed to Florida. 2nd and 11, Reno's intercepted, picked off by Dijon Johnson, his 3rd of the season. Reno had Harbor on a slant, and somehow he ran behind the corner. Not good on the same page there. So now Florida set up nicely after the gift. 2nd and 6, the handoff to Webb, who gets a nice crease. He breaks a couple tackles down to the 2. Goal to go now for the Gators. This one's almost going to be a game again. 1st and goal from the 2. Webb gets a nice crease. Touchdown at Florida. And just like that, this is a 3-point game. 17-14. The Gamecocks now, they got to weather this storm that Florida's had in the second quarter. 3rd and 6. Reno wants across the middle, and he gets intercepted again. This time, Miles Graham with his 2nd of the season. 2nd of the day for Reno. Great play by Graham. He went short, cut back to the middle of the field. That's why he's an impact linebacker. And again, Florida set up nicely. At the 20 of South Carolina, look at Lagway go for a gain of 15 on the ground. Goal to go Gators. Now in the pistol, handoff Webb, breaks a tackle. He's going to be tracked down by Willis, but this play will not count. Tight end Arliss Boardingham with the flag. It'll be a holding call. So now it'll be 1st and goal from the 13. Offset pistol, handoff Webb. Up the middle, stuffed. No gain there. Try it again from the 13. Pistol again, right side. Nobody home for the Gamecocks, and Florida has a lead. Touchdown Gators. Webb 2nd of the day, 7th of the season. 21-17 Florida. If you would have thought this would be the score after we went up 17-0, I would have thought you're crazy. After 2 interceptions, now with the 2-minute warning, I feel like our offense has barely been on the field this quarter. It was a nice conversion on 3rd down. Now 1st and 10. Reno steps up, and there's a nice evade of the pressure. Reno's got some wheels. He's going to pick up a nice gain of about 20. Making it now at the 26. About 90 seconds to go. Empty set here. Reno to throw. Gets hit as he throws. Doesn't get the pass off. 2nd and 10 now after the incompletion. Another heavy blitz from the Gators. Reno fires deep for A.O. Maynor, and he's picked off again. Intercepted by Thornton. 3rd of the quarter for Reno. He did have Elick A.O. Maynor one-on-one with a safety. I thought every day of the week Maynor should win that battle, but he doesn't. And it's the 3rd interception of the day for Reno. Florida back with the football, and they want a deep shot of their own, and they're going to connect on it. Aiden Mazzell behind the defense, luckily tracked down. But just like that, Florida out to the 46. Minute 17 left to play in the first half. Lagway wants another deep shot, and this one is incomplete. Mazzell can't hold on this time. Good job by Peyton Williams to break that one up. 2nd and 10, quick hitter. This one going to gain about 9. I got 3rd and 1. 50 seconds to go. Heavy blitz from South Carolina, and Floyd drops an interception. 4th down, and Florida's actually going to go for it here. They want to keep this drive alive, not trusting the true freshman kicker. 4th and 1. Lagway in the gun with 2 tight ends. He's going to throw out of it. Looks short, and it holds on for a first down, and the dropped interception proves costly. Now to the 30, 25 seconds to go. Florida has 2 timeouts. Lagway again looks short, and they'll burn the second one here. 21 seconds left to go. Lagway to throw again. Clean pocket, looks short, connects, gets out of bounds Webb at the 15. 15 seconds to go. Looking short again, caught. There's Boardingham. He breaks the tackle, and he's going to get tackled down at the 11. Florida will use their last timeout with 8 seconds. You got to be careful here. A sack probably ends the quarter. Lagway just wisely throws it out of the back of the end zone. Didn't like what he had. Florida will trot out the field goal team from 28 yards out. Ben Pugh, 7 for 8 on the season. A true freshman from Douglasville, Georgia, from right hash, and he won't make it. Doesn't hook it enough. And Gamecocks dodge a bullet, but Gators lead 21-7 after what's been a crazy game so far. Gamecocks had all the first quarter, Gators had the second, and they lead by 4 going into the intermission. Back with the second half of this game, and look at this, a new quarterback on the field for South Carolina. Redshirt freshman Telvin Byler from Darlington High School is now underneath center. He gives it up for a gain of 9 on the first play. Now 2nd and 1. He sees the matchup, and Byler lets it rip, and he's got Harbor downfield behind the defense. Nick Harbor down to the 7. What a start for Telvin Byler, as Reno has graced the bench after 3 first-half interceptions. Now 1st and goal. Byler trying to roll out. He gets to throw this one away. Byler's got a little bit more speed than Reno does. More of a dual-threat kind of quarterback. He was a 3-star a few years ago. Hands it off on the 2nd and goal to McReynolds. Now he got 3rd and goal from the 6. Byler to throw. Looks short. What a diving deflection for Graham. And South Carolina will force 3, but now it's a 1-point game. Florida first possession of the second half. They'll start with a nice run to Webb. He's had a great game so far. 16 carries, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Out to the 36 now as they will go with a pistol. It's a play fake. Lagway rolls to his left, now rolls to his right into the arms of Caden Curry, who gets another sack. The 2-time reigning National Defensive Player of the Week gets a sack. 2nd and 19, they hand it off to Webb. He only gets 2, and now you got 3rd and 17. Can the defense get off the field? They try to screen, but Willis reads it incomplete, and South Carolina has good field position following the punt. 2nd and 6 now. Byler rolls to his right, and he airmails A.O. Manor. His arm's not the most accurate, but he is only a freshman, so hopefully he can get better. 3rd and 6, heavy pressure. There's a beautiful touch pass. Jason Beckett downfield to the 30. He's got 4 catches, 44 yards. Nice drive here for South Carolina, looking to retake the lead as Byler keeps it on 1st and 10. He's spun down. Formidable gain. There's Derek Moffitt again. Now 3rd and 10. Byler again. You see the matchup on the left side. He sees it as well. It's pressed against Harbor. He's going to throw it up, and Harbor's going to run underneath it. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Nick Harbor, who celebrates over the railing in the fans. It's a Gamecock lead. Now they're going for 2 to make it a 7-point game, and Byler can't get it himself, though. It's 26-21, but at least the Gamecocks are back out in front. Florida back with the football, and Willis is not going to be fooled on the read option. Great job by Jerron Willis, his 2nd TFL of the day. Now 3rd and 14 for the Gator offense. Lagway trying to set up a screen for Webb, and it's going to not get there. Wrapped up after 9. A punt is forced. Now back to the Gamecocks. 3rd and 1. They won't get it, so they'll at least go 3 and out. So the Florida Gator defense, gets the stop. That'll take us to the 4th quarter, where the Gamecocks have dominated the 1st and 3rd quarters, while Florida dominated the 2nd. So hopefully this pattern doesn't continue, and we're able to upset number 16 Florida Gators. This will start the 4th quarter with a 52-yard try right down the middle from Ben Pugh. Missed the field goal going into the half, and he drills this one. So now 8 for 10 on the season as the true freshman, and it's 26-24. Gamecocks at midfield here. 1st and 10, and Byler loses the football. Bo picks it up, but it's going to be a loss of 6. Trying to do too much on his legs. Now 3rd and 4. Empty goes Byler. 4-man rush. He's already moving to his right. Byler likes to run, and he's got nowhere to go. He just dumps this one off, and it's going to be incomplete. But the offense stays on the field. 4th and 4. They're going to go for it. Getting the play call from the sideline. What is going to be the choice here? Take it 4th and 4. It's a pass. Byler up the middle. He's going to keep it, but he can't get it. spun down by Derek Moffitt, who has disrupted us all day. Turnover on downs. Florida gets it about midfield. They're at the 47 of South Carolina. There's a nice stop. Caden Curry with his 4th TFL of the day. He's just a disruptor on the defensive line. Now 3rd and 11. Lagway wants it right side, is incomplete. So Florida will punt it back. Now inside 9 minutes to go. Gamecocks with the lead. And again, they're at about midfield. Pick up 3 for McReynolds, who's got 127 on the ground today. 2nd and 7. Bubble screen for Russell. He doesn't get the block. Beautiful hit by Jamal Chubb on the outside. Now it's 3rd and 9. Byler to throw. In the pocket. Moves to his right. Just throws this one in the ground. It's a punt for the Gamecocks, as their offense has kind of gone quiet now after the hot start from Byler. Maybe trying to do too much with his legs, as here comes the punt. And Montez is tackled. Doesn't even get the punt off. Jordan Castell shoots it. Missed the block in the backfield. Now Florida has the football in essentially field goal range. That could be a costly mistake for the Gamecocks, as Florida with a chance to take the lead as it coming up on 6 minutes. 2nd and 3. Lagway wants more than 3, though, as he just dumps this one out of bounds. 3rd and 3. Motioning the halfback out of the backfield. Lagway looks left side. A beautiful route for Mizell, who finds the end zone. Touchdown Gators. They regain the lead. 7th of the season for Mizell, and it's 31-26 in favor of the Gators. The punt that wasn't even a block proves costly, as now the Gamecocks have to trail and try to come back again. Reno's also back in the game. He's a little bit more familiar with these come-from-behind situations. It's 3rd and 1. McReynolds can't get it. So it's going to be 4th and 2, and they're going to go for this one as well. Reno hands it off to Graham or McReynolds, who gets destroyed by Collins. How do you miss that block? 3rd time the Gamecocks don't go for it on 4th down and get it. So now Florida with a chance at the 2-minute warning to just run the clock. Gamecocks only have 1 timeout as well. They burned a couple early in this half, as there's a gain of 3 and they'll use their last one. A 1st down will end the game. 2nd and 7. Handoff Webb, and he's not going to get there. Swallowed up, and it's 3rd and 5. Florida, they let the clock run down. They're going to throw for it. They want to end it through the air. Lagway looks short. It's a 1st down, and this game is over. Florida wins it 31-26 in another game where South Carolina gives it away. You have it in your hands. You're up 17-0 after a quarter. 3 second quarter interceptions, and then you can't close it out in the 4th. Byler was okay. He only went 7 for 14. I mean, Reno was abysmal. And again, just the quarterback play. Like, we can't figure it out. I mean, that's 10 interceptions from Reno in the past 3 games. Byler didn't look that great either, so I don't want to just say it's Byler's by far better, but I mean we have a real problem on our hands here with the quarterback position, because we dropped 2 in a row now that we should have won. Caden Curry gets SEC Defensive Player of the Week, and he would also get National, which I mean, like, yay at this point, like, cool. I'm glad he's getting these awards, but I want some W's, and we've lost the past 2 games that we should have won. We also get some bad news on the recruiting front. Dalton McClendon, the 4-star athlete, has committed to Syracuse. He would have been a good pass-catching back. And then we also lose out on wide receiver Caleb McCormick to Tennessee. And I like McCormick a lot. I thought he had a good physical skill set from Blythewood, South Carolina. He goes to the Vols. Here are your top stories around the league. Georgia Tech and Clemson will meet up this week in a big-time showdown. Florida and Georgia as well in Jacksonville. And then we'll see you. Northwestern knocks off Penn State. So the Nittany Lions go down to the Wildcats. And the Longhorns pull up the upset, getting Alabama their first loss of the season. So let's look at these Week 9 scores, shall we? Western Kentucky starts it off on Wednesday by beating Louisiana Tech. And on Thursday, BYU knocks off Kansas. On Friday, Sam Houston gets a conference win over New Mexico State. Into the Saturday slate, USC knocks off Rutgers. Memphis over Army. We see Ohio State get a scare, but they beat Maryland by 3. It has not been a good year for the Buckeyes. Central Michigan over Kent State. And then we see FIU win against Liberty. Texas State drops 1 at home to Arkansas State, and then UConn wins on the road against ODU. Ranked Iowa knocks off Bowling Green pretty handily. Texas Tech as well over Arizona State. Florida Atlantic in a shootout on the road over UTSA. The Roadrunners no longer in contention. Miami up to 3. They knock off Wake Forest. We see Houston in a close one over Utah. Kentucky gets it done against Missouri at home. Then UAB bounces back with a win against Rice. In the MAC, we see Ball State on the gray turf wins over Eastern Michigan. Washington destroys Indiana at home. Cincinnati knocks off Kansas State in the game of the week. Number 1 Wildcats go down. So there's no more undefeated teams in the nation. That's kind of strange. Kennesaw State are starting off 4-0, loses their 4th in a row. And then Tulsa beats North Texas. In the Pac-12 now, Colorado State over Boise State. And then Cal over Virginia in the ACC. Ole Miss gets a big win at home against the Aggies. Texas A&M winless in the SEC. Pittsburgh slaughters Georgia Tech. Not a good look for the Yellow Jackets before they face Clemson. Alabama went down to Texas. Again, no teams undefeated anymore. UCF over Baylor by a touchdown. And then Notre Dame takes care of business against winless Navy. Boston College, a 1-point win against Florida State, 18-17. Southern Miss over Troy. And then we see Purdue, now up to 7, wins by a touchdown over Iowa. We saw Northwestern knocks off Penn State, and then in the MAC, Miami, Ohio knocks off Ohio. Air Force drops on at home against New Mexico in a 96-point total game. USF victorious over Temple. And then at JMU over Georgia Southern, we see SMU, the big win against Oregon State. A nice, interesting non-conference game this late. Tennessee now up to 2. They beat LSU 42-31. North Carolina over winless in the conference Louisville. Charlotte's in a close one against their state rivals ECU. Arizona over Western Virginia in the Big 12. UCLA gets a win against Illinois. Coastal takes care of business against Marshall. And UTEP making their MWC debut this season. They beat Hawaii. Michigan doubles up Minnesota on the road to win the Jug. And then Jacksonville State loses to UNLV. We lost to Florida. Let's not talk about that one anymore. Auburn over Mississippi State, so the Bulldogs' success doesn't continue. Oregon back up to number 1. They beat Oklahoma State, so the Ducks, the defending champs, they're back in the 1 spot. Louisiana beats their rivals Monroe by 2. Nebraska over Michigan State. Clemson smokes Syracuse in the Battle of Orange teams. Georgia, my favorite still, they beat Arkansas 38-17. And then Duke now ranked with a victory on the road against NC State. Here are National Players of the Week. Curry, we saw him. Elijah Holstein for Pittsburgh with 7 total touchdowns. And the SEC, Lenore Sellers. Oh my gosh. I love seeing that. I'm happy he's getting some chances in Tennessee, but why'd you have to leave? Here's your debut CFP rankings. No undefeated teams with Kansas State and Alabama losing. So it's Oregon, Tennessee, Miami, and Clemson in the top 4. And then you can see the rest on your screen. As Alabama now down to 10, Kansas State to 2, and you can see the rest of them on your screen. It'll be interesting to see who gets the group of 5 spot in the playoff, which speaking of the playoff, we got our first look at the brackets. First bracket's always kind of messed up. They're giving the 12th spot to UNLV, which is interesting because they're not even ranked. And, I mean, you have Duke in the first round. These are always just kind of bugged, but interesting to see. Here's your scores going into the Week 10. Interesting matchups. We saw the one in Jacksonville, Georgia, Florida, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech and Arizona State, and Cincinnati and Colorado in a pair of top 25 Big 12 matchups to decide that conference. Meanwhile, we got a bye week, and this is a bye week that we desperately need because it has not been pretty. We'll take a look at some recruiting and then go through Week 10 and kind of rest up a little bit and figure out what to do with this team going into the final 3 games where we'll face Tennessee, Georgia, and Clemson. 3 top 5 opponents to end the year. But hopefully we can get back on track. We need one more win to be bowl eligible, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe down below. I'll see you in the next one.